Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Ben's Big Designs. It's Ben, and it's Sunday, and welcome to this stream. Thanks for being here. Hello, Johnny. Hello, Missy. Hello, James. So, I put up, what's up, Mayo? I put up the stream thinking that we are going to do more design work today on this Rockbreaker. I had some ideas for how to do some chains and stuff for some of the stuff over its back and whatever. I also kind of thought about going back and making it so I could move the head from side to side. What's up, Kodiak? How's it going? But after I did that, I got a box. So there's 5 people in here. What would you guys rather see? Would you guys rather see design stuff or whatever's in the box? Totally up to you. I'm okay with doing whatever. The design is not something I planned on getting done. My mic isn't loud enough. I had to mess with my mic a little bit. Tell me when it's better. I had to mess with my mic a little bit when I was doing the virtual camera for Johnny's stream the other day. Okay, we got 1 vote for what's in the box. James says it's hope it's not a head in the box. That still is not I'm not hearing a no. Yeah, I don't mind putting this off for just like building whatever's in the box. That's fine. But whatever you guys like. Mystery box pick. All right, we got two for the box. Yeah, studio design stuff can be kind of boring. And this all needs to be reworked so I can put a hinge in here, so it's going to be really dry stuff anyway. So how's everybody doing? I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you're recovering from your festivities if you celebrate that. Mayo, I don't think you probably do. I don't know if you guys have a Thanksgiving Australia style, or if that's something, it's just Thursday for you guys. Well, let's do the box then. So let me turn on some lights. Sorted 1.5 gallons during sorting. I've been doing a lot of sorting lately too. It's making me feel pretty good about the space. I threw some stuff away, reorganized a little, got some stuff moved and boxed properly, and was well, let's. I forgot to put the ticker up, so let's fix the ticker. So we're gonna do build with instructions. I'll have to go find the instructions. Ticker now showing. Unbox and build. Tranquil. I think it's the Tranquil Gardens. It's the only thing I really ordered lately. So let's close that. Open this, and I ordered it so I could get the the Walkman. So brick set. No thanks. Well, let's see what's in the box first before we go crazy. Australia is nothing to be thankful for. I'm thankful for Thanksgiving NFL. Did the Cowboys end up winning? I didn't see. All right, so we have a box straight from Romeoville, Illinois, which usually indicates a Lego shipment. Worked on Mars base, cool. Had lots of food and fun. Yeah, we had an excellent time. Beth's parents were in town. We went over to the ladies, saw the kids. We had a friend from Los Verdes was over as well. And this knife now doesn't work. I just bought this knife. What's up, Vab? So instead of design stuff, we're doing what's in the box. So what's in the box is the with points purchase, the little Walkman, little like Sony looking Walkman with a cassette, and of course the Tranquil Garden. Which they made this box fit this set exactly. Australia gave us the didgeridoo. Wow, wow, wow. They also gave us their own rules of football. All right, so I think I'm going to build... Actually, I'm going to hang on to this for a little bit. I kind of want to build it, but I'm going to hang on to it for a bit. I also have this one. I've already built it, and I put it back in the box, so we'll do this one later. So let's get cracking on the Tranquil Garden. Ooh, this one's got lyrics. So let's get the instructions for Tranquil Garden. Tranquil. So did everybody have did you go to a place? Did you have people come into your home for a meal? How did it work? And what was your favorite dish? Need to go to IKEA. Get you some storage. Alright, so this is going to be our instructions. Window capture. Maybe a little smaller than that. Does it get a little smaller? Can I make it smaller? That's pretty good. Let's do that. Your city needs new tables. Made crock-pot turkey that absolutely had no flavor. Family came here. Cornbread stuffing is my favorite. Then mashed potatoes. Very cool. So don't need this, but we are going to scan the barcode and get my points. But we do not need the instructions. So I will say the Mama Stanberg's relish was pretty good. I enjoyed that a lot. That's always usually my favorite. We also had, let's see, this is 7 bags, so we're probably not going to get through all of it today. 9. So 10. So this will probably be a multi-stream. 8. Black Friday killed my wallet. I didn't even do any Black Friday stuff. I did a couple days before Black Friday to get Lego points, 11. So there are 11 bags in this set. I'll probably get through 4. But I did a lot of good sorting. Yeah, I got this set to get double points, maybe triple points. And the Walkman. Didn't order anything else, really. Didn't really want anything else. I sorted out, or I figured out what was, and I think we did this, I can't remember if it was my last stream or on Johnny's stream last time. where figured out what was going on with Bricklink. Turns out if you had even one one want list that had a duplicate part in it, it aired out for all your wanted lists, which is dumb. And I think what had happened, because the list that was a problem was a microfighter list that I had made. That was like all the microfighter parts that I had needed up until that point. And I made them into one list so I could like shop for the whole list. It was an experiment. I was using somebody else's software to do it. And so I'd never seen that before, Kodiak. That list had been in there for at least 2 years. And I have, since that making that list, shopped, increased lists, reduced lists, like made all kinds of changes, never ran into that. Was able to, and I was wondering if it was causing upload problems from here too, because I was trying to upload to a list that could not, that the part was already there. So I don't know, whatever. Anyway, so let's see. This has got some information about the designer. These are the Lego designers by the looks of it, and just pictures of how fun it would be to put in your office. This is going to go next to my bonsai tree in my office once it's done. So I think that'll be a good, it'll be my bonsai tree, my year of the ox, the year I was born, and the tranquil garden. I think that'd be a great thing to have in the office. So yeah. Yeah, weird that it happened at all. And I said that on Bricklink's forums. I'm like, all right, well, I get that that's a problem. Why do you think it just suddenly happened for me? Like it hasn't always been the case, because they linked, the first thing they did was link to another thread where everybody was already talking about it. And I'm like, first time happening to me, man. And I've been buying with Bricklink for years now. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Anywho. Oh, so I'm very close. I was going to show you guys this. Very close to having 1,000 followers on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I would love for you to follow me on Instagram. So I pre-built this. This is, for those in text log, this is the same thing as what Bart built. And it's not, the math isn't 100% right. You can see the separation on here. There's a lot of like snot brick stuff, and then I use the 1 by, where are they? The 1 by 1, but the 2 plate high back to back with that pole, that 2L pole in between them to get that flip. So I could attach these two. And it looks okay in the photo, but you can see it's kind of separating a little. It's not exactly lined up really well, so whatever. But yeah, so I like this. It's all the stuff that I like building. Classic space, Futron stuff, Horizon Zero Dawn, Star Wars, and then that's just me as a little gamer person. And then spelling out 1,000. So when I hit 1,000 officially, I'm like 2 away right now. I'll post this. So that was a lot of fun. So that's going on. 4. Oh, I did get something for Black Friday. I got Diablo 4. I haven't played Diablo 1 through 3 ever. So this is a new experience for me. I asked around and everyone's like, no, you don't really need to. Like, there's nothing that really carries over story-wise. You may not really kind of understand the gameplay. Like, it's a different style of gameplay. It's very, like, it's almost a Dungeons and Dragons-y gameplay. It's top-down. A lot of inventory. A lot of skill slots and spell slots. So I just got that the other day. I haven't really had a whole lot of time to play it, but I'm looking forward to it. And then Beth's parents were in town for Thanksgiving, so they got here Wednesday and just left. We just took them to the airport, which is why this was a little delayed because we didn't get home till a little after 10. So that's what our Thanksgiving was. We went and saw the Nick Cage movie Dream Scenario. It's an A24 joint where this really unassuming guy starts appearing in everyone's dreams, and he's not doing anything. There's nothing really special about him, and he's not specifically doing anything, but he just starts appearing in everyone's dreams, and sort of the hilarity that ensues, and sort of a commentary on fame and those kinds of things. I'm gonna say honestly, it wasn't my favorite movie. Like A24 usually does really good movies, and in fact, we've seen now trailers for two other A24 movies that look really good, and we're probably going to go see them. This one I just left feeling like really empty. Like the resolution wasn't what I wanted, but it was so far from what I was expecting to happen that it felt like like it was supposed to be a dark comedy or a comedy horror, but there was funny parts and there were some spooky parts, but not really horror parts. And by the end of it, I was just like, I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about any of this. Like it felt like a big meh. The concept is great, the acting is great, but I literally left going, I don't know that I liked that. So anyway, there are people who loved it, people who didn't. So I would definitely check it out and see for yourself. It is definitely a unique movie. But if you're going in thinking it's like a Stranger Than Fiction with Will Ferrell, it's not. We were thinking it was going to be sort of a light romp, but it was not a light romp. However, then we came home and we watched the Tetris movie on Apple Plus. Now, granted, you have to have Apple Plus to watch it, but that movie I really liked. That movie was amazing. Cannot recommend it enough. And it is literally the story of how Tetris got made. Actually, more accurately, it's how Tetris got distributed. So if you have Apple TV, I would highly recommend it. And if you don't, I want to start finding out if there's other ways to get some of these because they're quality. Haven't seen a movie and you forget how long. That's fair. We've been starting to go back to a few. I just really like going to see movies. I like the Marvels. We went and saw the Marvels. It was good. I liked it a lot. So yeah. But yeah, my Black Friday purchase was Diablo 4. And already the cutscenes, it's a Blizzard game, so the cutscenes are going to be amazing. The gameplay is a little weird because I'm not used to that sort of top-down look to everything. And it's not turn-based, but it does feel like it could be turn-based, like you just sit there and swing at stuff until it dies. What's your opinion on the show Arcane from Netflix? Someone said it's good. I know you're an animation guy. I really liked it. I know nothing about Arcane. I know nothing about that world. It's based off of League of Legends, I think, the game. And I don't know anything about that game. But I will say it was really good. Like, I was not expecting it to be as an emotional ride as it was. The animation's top notch, first of all. It's kind of it's very exaggerated, stylistic, painterly, but it has that sort of Spider-Man and the Into the Spider-Verse quality of having like some 2D effects to kind of emphasize actions. But just the script is very, very emotional. It's really good. I mean, it's predictable. It's kind of, you kind of know what's going to happen a little bit, but it's really well done. I really liked it. If you like an anime series that's, cyberpunk, a little dark, very dramatic, has a good story to tell, this is for you. I would also like to take this moment to emphasize how much Scavenger's Reign is probably the best animation show I've seen in a long time. And it's on Max. It's on HBO. So if you like sci-fi and you like minimalist animation, and just crazy good speculative biology, 100% this show. It's so good. Yeah, Apple TV Plus, or I guess just Apple TV, because Apple TV is actually the device that gets you access to all your Apple stuff. So they call it Apple TV Plus because it's the streaming service for Apple. And I mainly got it to, at one point, watch. These are nice. The double jumpers in dark orange. Oh, so there's some pieces in here, dark orange, you can use for Mars base. Not like you're going to take this apart. I got it to watch Ted Lasso, I think. And there's something else on it that was good that I got at the time. But since then, I've watched a couple things on it that are very good. Silo is very good. For All Mankind is very good. They had like a Planet Earth, which is like a prehistoric kind of narrated documentary, which is really good. Yeah, For All Mankind is... It's so... Are you caught up, James? That one. Because I think I'm caught up. I don't think there's anything new since the last episode I watched. So the last one was like Ed Baldwin and the Russian lady smoking pot in the greenhouse, that whole thing. And she kind of susses out that he's having some problems. It's really good. The whole thing with Margot. Fantastic. Just, I love the show. Yeah, plus your soul. Pretty much. Next, I want to see... So a bunch of trailers came out for stuff that we want to see. I want to see The Boy and the Heron, the Miyazaki movie, and I think I'm going to take the kids to see that. They really... Can't spell Lois Lane without Silo. I don't know what that means, but you're absolutely right. Was the lady who was in Silo, did she play Lois Lane or something? All right, so this is now Lego building without clicking anything in place. So there are 3 things in here. The water in the teapot, and then the tea in the cups. Just sit in there. So this doesn't get turned upside down and whatever. You're just going to have to deal. The show Silo was good. It made me go... I can't read these words. The little heart thing is in the way. Go read the books. Even some of the official fanfic. Yeah, I want to go read the book now. Wow, there's a lot of... Oh, this has to go here. And this has to go here. I didn't see that part. So this is the Japanese tea ceremony. It's very cool. And here's all your... I'm missing something. Shoes. Somebody's shoes at the entryway. Anything else I'm missing? Nope, these have all been used. So there's all your used parts. And we're off to bag 2. Very good, Mayo. Yeah, don't eat that soup. Yeah, so Silo's very good. I'm trying to think of anything else. There's another show that I wanted to watch called Outer Range. And I think it's on Prime. I watched the first episode and I need to get back into it. It's with Josh Brolin, who I was talking to Best Parents the other day, and I said James Brolin. and her dad was looking at me like, "What? I don't remember that movie," thinking it was an old movie with James Brolin. It's not. But it's the one where it's like a cowboy ranch in Wyoming or something like that, and at the edge of their property is a giant hole, and they don't know what it just suddenly appeared, and they don't know what it's for, or what it is, or where it goes. And I saw like the first episode of it, and it seemed really good and creepy and slow, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch the heck out of this," and then completely stopped watching it. I think House of Dragons came on around that time. I forget. Wild and crazy scrambled egg live streams. I'll be here all weekend. Tossed salad and scrambled egg. Beacon 23 just came out on MGM. It's based on the book by the same author, Silo. Sweet. Did you get all the way through Outer Range, Vab? And James, is Beacon 23 somewhere I can watch it? Because I like that. I like the story. So I'd watch more of whatever that guy watched. So what I was worried about with Outer Range is that because I know Josh Brolin's character, I feel like, oh, okay, yeah, I didn't know MGM had a subscription service. The only thing I was worried about with Outer Range was that because I feel Josh Brolin's character had some issues, that they were going to dive a lot more into his character issues than the science fiction-y part of the big hole in their property. So it's free with Uverse. Oh, okay. No, I don't have Uverse. I did. I'm on Optimum now, so I have to deal with whatever they've got. I get a Hulu bundle with Verizon, so I get Hulu and technically Disney and ESPN Plus, which is how I can watch all my hockey games. So whatever hockey games I don't find on Hulu are usually on HBO, and then whatever, because they do TNT. And then if it's still not available through that, I can just find it on some streaming service online. Dark Orange 3 High Bricks. Hadn't seen these before. So my Mars base, I don't know if I told you guys or showed you guys, but I'm going to do a big drilling platform a la... I said originally a la For All Mankind last season, but the science fiction part is more of a plot twist. I may still watch it. I'm running... Everything that I've been watching has kind of run its course. And I'm currently watching... So For All Mankind still going. Invincible is still going. And Scott Pilgrim, I still need to finish Scott Pilgrim. What's up, Johnny? Welcome back. It goes well. We're building instead of designing. So, yeah. So now I'm watching Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, and it's funny because Scott Pilgrim is one of my... It's not one of my favorite graphic novels. It's fine as a graphic novel, but it is one of my favorite movies of all time. Right up like Empire Strikes Back, Scott Pilgrim. That's how it goes. And I don't know why, but I love it a lot. So when the show came out, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to watch this. And I have to do 18 of these, so give me a minute. As I say in French, clique. And so the show came out, and I was like, all right, cool. It's done in the Brian O something style, as the same as the graphic novel. So I'm like, yeah, this will be cool. All the original cast is back from the movie. Like, this will be fun. Does anybody here plan on watching it before I talk about it? Because there's something I don't want to say if it's going to ruin it for somebody. I don't think I gathered from my lug mates that it's something that anybody really would watch, but I don't know. Maybe. Scott Pilgrim is a fantastic movie, and it's 100% because of Edgar Wright. He is just a great, great director. Hot Fuzz is great. Shaun of the Dead. End of as World's End, I think. Golden Mile. What is it called? The beer drinking one. So the first episode. So you're watching the first episode of the show, and it's exactly as the movie is, right? So it's like, oh, they're just recreating the movie, but in animation form. I'm like, okay. I thought it'd be a little more than that, and I get it. And I was kind of bummed. And for those of you who've seen the movie, there's a scene like while they're, and not everything's 100% the same. Like they go to the Battle of the Bands. First of all, Knives Chow is not named really. Or she is kind of, but she's already dating Scott and she's already at their practices watching them practice. And they go to their first Battle of the Bands. And it's not a battle of the bands like it is in the movie. It's just they're playing their show. It's their concert. And I'm like, okay, well, that's interesting. So there's little bitty changes along the way. I'm like, all right, they're making creative changes, maybe to be more like the book. I haven't read the book in a long time, blah, blah, blah. Matthew Patel shows up, and he's the first guy Scott fights. And he beats him. And I'm like, wait, what? And that's the last thing. And so in the movie, when Scott would beat somebody in a fight, they disappear and turn into coins. They killed him and they turn into coins. So like in a game, you get coins for beating somebody. And I'm like, that's not how the movie went. So right then at the end of the first episode, I'm like, you have my attention. Let's see where this goes. So I'm 4 or 5 episodes in and it's pretty fun. It's definitely a show of the year kind of thing. A lot of anime tropes. It's still a bit simplistic in some areas, and I think in some places, the original cast, instead of like a voice acting group, is kind of hindering it because the voices feel a little flat. And I hate saying that about like A-list Hollywood actors, but I've always felt that about animation, where they get A-list Hollywood actors to play these roles, and it doesn't sound really good. They don't get voice actors to do it. You know, like Sinbad's one of my favorite animated movies. It's called like The Adventures of Sinbad or something like, or maybe just Sinbad, but it has Brad Pitt in it and sounds like Brad Pitt. And you're like, okay, it's Brad Pitt. You know, it doesn't like sound like a character. It just sounds like Brad Pitt, and it kind of takes you out of it because you're thinking that's Brad Pitt the whole time you're watching it. So this was like, that sounds like Chris Evans. That sounds like Brie Larson. You know. I may be too picky about that. They should have cast Sinbad. Isn't that the Mandela effect? Wasn't he in Sinbad? Wasn't he in Shazam? Wasn't Shaq in Shazam? So yeah, we had a good weekend, good meal, lots of food. Went back the next day and had lunch. Beth had to work, sadly. And her parents drove down to meet a friend in San Antonio, or north of San Antonio, anyway. But it was good. There is a okay. I don't know that I ever have, honestly. I can already see. So dark brown. Those, I don't think that's new. I think they use these for some seats in Starfighters, but I always thought they were the reddish brown. So if they're not, we've got dark brown of those. Also, awesome new ceiling tile or roof tiles. Those swoop up, scalloped roof tiles. So that's cool. I was reminded of the animated Sinbad cartoon. It came up on like TikTok or something. I'm like, man, I really liked this cartoon. It was really good. Other than, you know, it was Brad Pitt, Catherine Zeta-Jones. It wasn't Jodie Foster. It was Michelle Pfeiffer. And of course, it sounds exactly like all of them. So you're like, okay. I don't know why that bothers me so much. So I'd forgotten I'd ordered this specifically. I thought maybe this was the plants, the mini plants, but I don't think that comes out till... Is that later this month they come out? Because I pre-ordered... Did I pre-order that? I don't remember if I pre-ordered that or the Dune Ornithopter. I think I'm going to try to get the Ornithopter at the store. I think that's what it was. Ugh, that may have been a mistake. That comes out in like March. December 1st. So I should be getting that. I mean, we'll be done with this and then we can go into tiny plants. All the while, I need to be... you guys have to help me be accountable. I need to source parts for all my Horizon stuff, and I need to build the background for that. I can't just wait until April to do it because it won't get done that way. I have to, like, if I don't start now, it's not going to get done. Mostly because I'm afraid of building scenery, landscaping, because I don't do it often, so I'm just worried that I'm gonna over order parts or not order enough, or I'm gonna make this big unwieldy thing that can't travel, or I don't know. There's a guy in our group, Lasso, said he would help if I needed help. So I was like, I might, man. I'll keep you updated. It's coming together pretty quick, actually. Very nice roof so far. You get in the museum? I thought about the museum, but I don't know if I really want to. Oh, whoops. A step before that. That's why I'm working on the Mars base now. I don't want to run out of time. Yeah, the Mars base, I want to do a drilling rig platform, but the one in... That's where I was going with this. The one on... For All Mankind is on treads. It's a mobile drilling platform, which makes more sense because you drill in one place, you get what you need, you move to another place versus having set up an entire thing and then having to, you know, deconstruct it to move it. So I was like, should I do that or should I make a permanent one? So I haven't decided yet, but I want to make it very tall. So it's built up, which is our whole thing this year. All right. The good thing about everything being in Austin is that if we want to, you can kind of, you know, well, we can't do it all in one trip. We can go back home and pick it up, which I might do. Because I'm going to have a lot. Because if I do microfighters again, that's a whole carload for me. Microfighters, and then the Q2 Stadium, and then the UT Tower. And then Horizon Zero Dawn is going to be really big. And then my own contributions to the castle and the Mars base. So it might be a couple trips. I think it'd be a lot of fun. How many base plates do you think it's going to be? 2? Because I know it's tall, but I couldn't tell how wide it was. It looked like maybe 2. Maybe just 1 even. Oh, it's 4. Wow. God, this thing is going to be massive. The floor plan of this thing, I feel sorry for whoever is going to do the floor plan for this. You had a lot of gold, my friend. So there's that little hut to go on top of. Oh, and this just sits on these two studs. See, they know how to do this, unlike me, where everything has to be completely built in. So you can take this off easily if you wanted to show the interior. Got an extra gold cupcake. Swirly cupcake. Turd thing, I guess. Don't laugh, because that's what they did. That little cab with the side street and a trash can in it. There's a brown one of those in it. Like, here you go. It's a Lego turd. Like, all right, Lego, I see what you're doing. Yeah, exactly. And when we do Austin, I've only done it a couple times, but I don't stay at the hotel usually. I know some people like doing that, but because they can like not get trashed or whatever, but if they're ever feeling not great or tired or something, can't tell if this is 8x16 or not. They can just crawl up to their room and be like, I'm done. I'm done with today, which is nice. But I also like saving my $600 or whatever to buy more Lego. Like a micro gold dino. Yeah, that'd be fun. Or even one of the gold nano figs would be cool. I think I have one of those. So now we're starting on the house is done. Let's set that right here. I don't know why the space guy's in the way. He's over here at all. Now we're starting on the landscape, the surrounding area. Yeah, so this was the trick I did for the roof. Instead of using these on the roof of the Mars base, I put two of these down, and it was easier to kind of reach under there and line everything up, put the second one down, and then just peel these off and put this right back on top of it. Because by then this had lined everything up, and I could put this on easily. So that made things a little easier to build. Yeah, I plan on taking a lot. We got time, so you got time to build what you want. So, yeah, I want to do a drilling rig and then like my habitat and then like a big thing of landscape in the way with a tube running across it and then the drilling platform. I kind of wanted to do another one with a landing platform. So maybe I could incorporate the tubes to be underneath a landing platform. Because I also don't want to do a fourth. I'm already having to build out another Mills plate. So I'm going to have to buy more of those orange 6x6s. Are they 6x6? In order to do that. And then figure out, do I want the tube to go to like a mid-level control thing for the rig? Or do I want the rig in the center? Do I want it mobile? So I'm not really sure yet. Kind of kicking around some ideas. All right, so let's fill out all of this. So Doctor Who's 60th anniversary stuff is going on. Well, if you find some orange plates, let me know, Missy. Maybe we could go in on getting a bunch together to save on shipping or something. And like I'll order a bunch, and if you want to order a bunch or something, we can work together on that. Just let me know. So yeah, Doctor Who 60th anniversary celebration stuff. If you celebrate that, is happening this week and weekend, this past weekend, and we usually watch with friends of ours, but they had family over this whole weekend, and they're kind of exhausted, so they're like, we don't know if we want to do Doctor Who tonight. And we're like, man, the memes are already out, and we're gonna get spoiled. You gotta come over. So we'll see. All right. Everything look good? Okay. They did have some 2x6 orange plates at the pab wall. Dark orange? Because I would go get some of those. That'd be nice. Because then I was thinking of doing one of like the middle plate between the two with like, I thought my thinking was, oh, I've got other plates that are like brown on my, I've got a drawer full of like larger plates. Um, cool. That's dark orange, so that's perfect. But I thought, yeah, I've got plenty of bigger plates that I can just kind of, instead of using that, I can make another Mills plate out of like brown. And it turns out I had like, I've got this many. This is what I've got in bigger plates. That's it. Which isn't going to cover 48 by 48. So I was like, well, shoot. So I thought, okay, maybe I'll just get some more orange and kind of encroach on that new one and then use this to build like a base of like a ridge. So we'll see. What's up, Greg? Cool, yeah. We're artificially inflating the cost of dark orange plates on Bricklink right now, I'm sure. How are you, Greg? What's up in your world? How was your Thanksgiving? Did you do anything? Did you celebrate? I'm doing well. This is the kind of stuff I need to do more of on the Horizon displays. A lot more layered wedge plates instead of just blocks, because I've just got 2x4 bricks going everywhere, and it looks kind of simplistic. So, and then a 3, and then that. My third place was a crash ship. Oh, nice. That is. Hey, Johnny, I didn't ask for that. I didn't ask for any lip from you. Peanut Gallery? No, I totally do. It's all blocky. But I also figured it's easier to use what I've already got, and what I had was a lot of these colored 2x4 bricks or 2x2 bricks. So I thought that would just be easier, but it doesn't. It looks fine, but it doesn't look great. And I'm going back and like filling areas up with plates, and I'm like, why don't I just do layered plates to start with? So I may have to go back and redo some stuff. Did you get your GWPs? I saw on the LAN your ambassador, the Steel City Lug ambassador, talking about the trolley event. And she put up some pictures. It looked like a lot of fun. Yeah, I didn't get any GWPs, but I got the bummed me out, but I got that guy. I just had to spend points on him. I've got my like GWP point reward corner over here. Stuff that I don't feel like opening. Yeah, I saw that. It was good. At first, I was like, where are the at? Oh, they're the AT-ATs. Okay. I see them now. How very clever. And it was. It sounded a lot more sarcastic than it meant to be. It was clever. Oh, how clever. Wow, this is a lot in one step. Yep. That's the next one. Ornithopter. That's the next one I want. Because then I can get a Paul Atreides figure for my Microfighter Ornithopter. That's an expensive route for a single figure. Well, I was going to get it anyway because I'm a massive fan of Dune. But in the end, I don't think I'll keep the Ornithopter together all that long. But if I do, I can also just buy the figure off of Bricklink, as I'm sure somebody will have it. I mean, you could also say that just buying a Darth Revan to get for my Ebon Hawk Microfighter is the most expensive figure to get. And you're just getting the figure. You're not getting anything with it. I think the most expensive figure I ordered was a Lando. It was a new Lando, a yellow shirt scoundrel or gambler or whatever it is, Lando, for the Kessel Millennium Falcon, the one with the existing front end. That was like $20. I think I ordered a Shock T for 26. I'm trying to remember which ones were kind of expensive. And then a couple ordered Dave Lister from Red Dwarf. That was a custom. The Kirk for the Enterprise was a custom. I think those are the only two custom figures I've got for those. All right. Next is this. Also, new Speed Champions coming out. KKK. That's one thing that, like, I really appreciate the theme itself. No desire to buy any of it, but the theme itself is pretty cool. $20 8+ years ago. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's I won't say it's a racket, but at the same time I'm like, wow, that's expensive for just some figures. But yeah, Speed Champs, like, I have no desire to buy any of it, but every time I see the set, I'm like, I could see me spending some money on this just to get the line. They seem to be like early on for the cool parts. Well designed. They're keeping the sticker game in complete business. That's for sure. What's up, Scott? How goes things? How was your Thanksgiving? hope it was well. Beth, are you actually packing stuff? Do you need more boxes? Okay. There was none for me either. I just put as much as I could into a box. So get to where you're filled up those boxes, and then we can be done for the day, or I'll get you some more boxes. Sesame Street had Thanksgiving. Everyone is there. Nice. Too much hosting, not enough building. Yeah. I know. Beth's family was here until literally like 9:30 this morning. And when I knew they were leaving Sunday, I was like, do you think it'd be bad if I streamed while they were here? And she's like, well, they're leaving at 9. And I'm like, do you think it'd be bad if you took them to the airport and I stayed here? She's like, we'll be back. You can stream when you get home. Like, So I'm liking the riverbed thing here. It's gonna be fun to put the river pieces on that. No, Greg. Stop. For Black Friday, we bought the castle, the loop coaster, bookshop, and a bunch of brickheads. Neat. Family Ruin streaming. Yeah. They do. It's funny because I've been doing this for, I think, coming up on maybe 6 years now. March. 5 or 6 years, I forget. And my immediate family, the ladies and the kids, that's like Thursday night is when they feel like they need to text me. They're like, hey, what are you doing right now? I'm like, I'm doing my stream like I do every Thursday for the past 5 years. They're like, oh, shoot. It's like 4. Okay. Said I'm going to put it on the calendar so y'all know. You're going with the pick. Yeah, I've been watching your vids. You're going crazy with the pick-a-bricks. I think you do online, right, Scott? Not talking to you, sweet. Sorry. You know, Scott, Beth. It sounds similar. Oh, you do it in person. Okay. I wasn't sure if you had a store nearby you or not. All right, these aren't new, but these are fun pieces, flower pieces. These, I don't know if these are new either, but we got printed trans tiles of koi fish. Those are pretty cool. I have a feeling these may have been in like the Ninjago City originally, something like that. And we got quite a few of those. So let's pull those out so we just know where they are. And I think that's it for newish pieces. Oop. There's another one. We have like 6 of one, half dozen of another. You're gonna go read? Okay. Well, that's reading. That counts. You never read. I never read for fun. It's always for learning. Well, but that's for learning. Yes, and for fun. I mean, I would read a nonfiction book for learning and fun. I bet you would read this. Why don't you just kick my thing over? Oh my god. Was that something you were working on? Yeah, I was totally building. Just, kick it. It's fine. You're not gonna put it back together. You know what you can do is take that box out of the way. It's a temporary. It's a prototype. I was just testing stuff. Don't worry about it. Just leave it. You can take that box and put it by Are you done packing the bookshelf?
Somewhat.
Okay, put that by the bookshelf. Okay. That'll be a good one. Oh, you can take this book. Yeah, I might. How do you already have a coffee stain on this? Yeah. Yeah, I had a Mars plate down on the floor over here because I was building, and then I put a drilling rig tower on top of it, and she just walked up and kicked it because it blends in with the hardwood floor a little bit.
But at least I didn't knock over the AT-AT. Where's the coffee stain?
I mean, I think it's because it's sitting on the table, and
Oh, you know what? It's because I had it at work and I spilled my coffee at work. That's what it was.
that tracks. That'd be weird if you spilled soup on it, but it got a coffee stain.
Just do your stream.
Yeah, I'm doing my stream.
I'm gonna try not to break anything on my way in there.
Ben should clean up instead. James is not helping my situation. He's helping your situation.
Thanks, James.
So James, while I have you here, do we have board plans to use lug funds to buy pizza for our holiday party? I have no information about our holiday party, and it's coming up in 2 weeks. And I'm just wondering if somebody needs to kind of take control of this somehow. I know Will booked the library, but that's kind of all I heard. The Dirty Brickster will run itself once we get there. Somebody will kind of take over that. But yeah, I don't know. I have a feeling it's going to be a bunch of people sitting in a library conference room going, so what have you guys been up to? Well, I don't can we? I mean, according to here's two things. According to the library website, A, you can't use the conference rooms for social gatherings. B, you can't bring food unless it's packaged food, and then you have to have somebody who's got a food handling license. And it's like, oh god, okay. So that like limits a whole bunch of stuff. 3. Okay. Yeah, he said that, but I don't know if that just means that like we can do whatever we want, and the library goes, yeah, you're fine, just do whatever. Or if they're going to come in and say, no, you can't, you absolutely can't do any of this. So I don't know. I'm just worried that it's going to be like a really lame get together. And yeah, if people want to go next door, I had heard too that Star Wars Ben, was offering bricks and minifigs to do a draft, but I mean it's 2 weeks out, and I don't know that anybody's planning to do a draft because you'd have to get your draft set kind of ahead of time or by now, or find a lead on like some cheap sets that you can buy and bring. And I'm bringing all kinds of stuff anyway as it is, so I can't be involved in that. It's just it's out of my bandwidth is already at it as it is. Okay, we'll keep that in mind. Like afterwards, if we're like after party at James's office, woo! I think that's. Oh, and then we got another one up here. Roulette drafts ready. Okay, cool. The irony is, we got an email from, I don't know if I told you this, but I got an email from Steve Jackson, and he's like, because it was a split party, right? He's like the split parties, and he's like, what happened? And I was like, you said you couldn't have a party this year, so we had to figure something else out. What happened. And I was like, look, no problem, no fire, no nothing. It just, since you couldn't have one, Gareth said that he would try to have one, and then he couldn't get everybody from TBRR and Austin, so he just did TBRR. So Austin had to do their own thing. And there's like 2 weekends in December that you can really get away with doing a holiday party, and we just picked the same one they did. So, but then he's like, oh, and then he emailed us. He emailed me and Will, and then he emailed back shortly after that. He's like, oh, that's. He's like, I'm just worried that I have to split my time between the two, and it's like, no, you don't. You just do whatever one you want. That's no big deal. Just 1 year, it's kind of, do that kind of thing. But then he's like, the irony being, he's like, I could probably host it now. It's like, okay, well, thanks for nothing. It's like, well, don't tell us that, because we're going to come to your house. That. Okay. Am I properly showing everything? I feel like I'm like hiding it off here. All right. Now we got the overhead look at where we put everything. So we got tile, stud, tile. This is a really great way to do it because it gives like a dark embankment feel under the water. That's really great. I like it. So we can kind of treat this one like a meeting, and just say, hey, what's up, everybody? What models did you bring? Let's have some pizza, or let's have some food. Afterwards, we're going to go over to this place. It'll be fun. Here's some stuff. I'll take the time to go through the meeting points and hand out loot to everybody. And if we, should be enough time to do a dirty brickster, and we'll just see where it goes. I should do this more this way so you guys can see. See if I can get away with doing this and reading the instructions. So other than that, we don't have any big holiday plans. Do you all have big holiday plans? I know Beth has to work for the majority of the holiday. I think she gets, when is actual Christmas? It actually is Monday. So she'll get Monday off, but that's it. And I'll probably get like half a day Friday. We usually get a shopping day thrown in there because our CEO is like, go get a shop, or COO is like, go have 1 day of shopping at some point, assuming people go to malls and stuff. I'm like, I'm gonna spend a day at home on Amazon, so that's cool. But then I have a glorious week between, so like the 22nd basically through the 2nd of January off. And it's going to be like living in a liminal space. There's going to be like nothing will be open. Nobody's talking online because they're all like off of work and they're off of school and they're hanging out with family and friends. So they're not really using social media a lot, which is good. I like that. But it also means like if you're kind of hanging out by yourself and like you've got downtime in between sorting Lego or watching movies or playing games or something like that, and you want to like talk to people, you're like, ugh, it's so quiet. But it's, oh, is Kodiak still here? Kodiak, I wanted to ask you something, if you're still listening. There is, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. Oh, there it is. There is a game called Lethal Company. Do you play that? It looks hilarious. It looks like it's like a cooperative like shooting game with kind of a Half-Life 2 feel. But it's like the back rooms, liminal space kind of thing. Yeah, I've been watching some shorts on it and I cannot get enough. There was this hilarious one where they're like, it's like a bunch of guys talking. And he's like, have you have you seen our new our secret weapon, the ladder? And he's like, yeah, whatever. And they bring this box up, and this ladder shoots straight up and then falls over and hits the guy on the head, and it literally makes a boink sound and kills him. And they just laugh for like 3 minutes straight. And I'm like, I watched it 3 or 4 times. But yeah, and then there's another one where they're in like a dark sewer thing, and there's something wrapped around the one guy's head, and he's all ah, and guys running back and forth in hallways. Oh, hijinks! It's great. I love it. I'm assuming that's a Steam game or something that you can play. It looks like a hoot. No shooting, lots of looting. That's their tagline. All right, that, this, and this. Yeah, so Diablo's interesting. Again, I've not played anything like Diablo before, so it's a little weird to have like. I'm walking around in a wintry wilderness, and it says go into this house. I'm like, what happens? Does it like change? And like the roof just disappears, and now you're in the house. I'm like, oh, okay, that's how that works. I had no idea. And then another down here like that. And then I want to keep the flow of this right. Okay. And then we'll go one underneath it. And that's good. And then, uh-oh. Well, shoot. I think I did that wrong. No, that's right. Did I do this wrong? Did I do this wrong? I did that wrong. Okay, well, let's try this again. No, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Okay, now I'm all messed up. I'm gonna have to look at it like this. Sorry. Ever play a survival city builder? Switch for Christmas. Nice. Oh, I have no idea about that, Scott. So, what's the one where is it Dead by Daylight? There's one where it's like you can it's kind of a LAN game where you like get together with people and you have to find or build a house or like a place, and then you've got so much time, and then uh during the day, and then at night you get set upon by a zombie horde and you have to like survive until the next day or until you kill them all, and then you have like to take that time to like build everything back up. I'm gonna have to check it out. I'll recommend it to my Steam friends too. Down, down. Okay, there's that one, and then that one, and then a fish, and then over. Okay, well, yeah, that's right so far. I don't know why I'm freaking out. Oh, because that one goes up. Okay. I think that's the only one I've played. If that's actually what it's called. Yeah, I saw the things. I saw the clips from it, and I was like, "This is something Kodiak would play," because I could just hear your voice like cackling about something, some hilarious snafu. I gotta stop using snafu like that. That's not how it's supposed to be used. Like top-down balance farming versus craftsman versus so kind of well, now I've played like Age of Empires and those types of games before. Age of Empires. There was a an Egyptian one. I think it was just called like Pharaoh or something, where you start with like a small village of like 10 people or something on the river, and you have to get like you have to grow or you have to grow not papyrus, reeds. You have to do like harvest reeds and mud to make bricks, to make buildings, and you have to like build grain silos, and you have to build temples and shrines, and you have to learn how to like make beer and wine, and yeah, and it's fun until you get set upon by marauders or other armies, and then I'm like, I'm always getting my butt kicked when that happens. I'm like, oh, this is not fun anymore. It's like, it's all fun until you have to like completely reset everything because you got your butt kicked. And then there's one of these. And then one of these. Sinking like rocks. Nice. Same genre, but different enough to be very different every game. Cool. I might try it out. Again, I can't really do PC gaming until I get a better video card, which may be on my list first of the year. Maybe not. Really depends what else I get. We kind of had a rough like month, so it kind of had to eat into my savings, which is like Venator savings, which is what I wanted to do. I know the Venator will be around a little bit, but I also am like, I don't want a chance at not being around forever and then have to spend double to get it. So we'll see. Unity and all the easy use games which allow a lot of depth of polish. It's a great time. We're overwhelmed with choice. Yeah, we really are. And I say I want to do more PC gaming, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm not even a fraction of the way through what the PS5 has to offer. And I'm like, I want to switch to PC gaming. Literally to play like one game. It was Starfire. I wanted to play Starfield because that looked cool. Kind of gave up a little on No Man's Sky just because I finished like the main story of it, and I'm not a huge like join a person and go on quests. I'm like, I don't want to join people. I don't like people. That's why I play video games. All right, I think I got that. I think that's all good. Yeah, I left unabashedly I laughed unabashedly and a gross amount at that ladder hitting the guy in the head bit. That was so funny. All right. This is going to be a problem. So let's go 1, 2, 3. Keep track of all these. I have heard next to no good things about Starfield. Yeah, like it seems like it would be a good game, right? Kind of open worldy. I mean, Star Citizen ish, No Man's Sky ish. But yeah, like after its release, I'm like, you got like zero. I haven't heard anything about it. Other than like Kyle Hill on YouTube making fun of the ships or something. This is the problem I ran into doing Zero Dawn stuff is that I wanted to do this stuff, but it takes like an inordinate amount of these 1x2 tiles, and you're just like, Fallout 4 without the Fallout has been the main criticism I've heard. So Fallout 4, which was the botched open world one? I thought that was 76. Because if it's Fallout 4 without the post-apocalypticness, that's kind of boring sounding. Yeah, 76 was the one that was like massive multiplayer, but it was broken, so a lot of people didn't play it. So for the people who did play it, it was like doubly apocalyptic because you're playing post-apocalyptic with nobody in the game. And so you're kind of like, where is everybody? I didn't play Fallout 4. That's the only Fallout I've ever played was 76, and I was like, this sucks. And I know, not a good representation. I also think I only played... Do I have an extra? Oh, we still have some more to do. I played the Shelter game, which was just like an iPad game where you build your own shelter, Fallout Shelter. That's fun too, but it gets to like a critical mass where you just can't keep up with the things going wrong, and you just kind of were like, well, I'm done. Start over. I watched a friend play Fallout maybe 4. They've been in New York for like a great many years, so I don't know if that was it or not. Yeah, there's some franchises I've just never got into. This is the first Blizzard game I've played since StarCraft, Diablo. I'm actually surprised that I was able to download it without any errors. And although, so I had like half hour to play it before we went and did something. We were going to go to dinner with Beth's parents. I was like, well, I got a half hour to go, and I just downloaded it. I was like, I'll go ahead and start it and get through like the first couple cutscenes and stuff. And I've never played the other Diablos. Nope. This is the first Diablo I played, and I heard it was a great game, so I was like, well, I'll get it. And I asked all my friends, should I have played the first ones? And they're like, you don't really need to. I'm like, okay. What else did Blizzard do? StarCraft, Diablo? I know they did other stuff. I just can't remember. So I downloaded it, fired it up, thought, okay, I'll get through like the character sign up, and then I totally forgot about BattleNet. I didn't play Warcraft either. I did play Command and Conquer. So I'd forgot about BattleNet, and I'm going through. This is the most insane CAPTCHA I've ever seen, and maybe you all have seen it since you're obviously have played more Blizzard than I have. But it says create an account. I was like, well, I'll just use my Gmail because I know I had a BattleNet account years and years ago with StarCraft. And I'm like, I'm not going to go through that. I thought going through the I forgot my password thing would be too long. The CAPTCHA is a number and then a picture of rolled dice with pips and numbers on them. And you have to flip through pictures of these dice until you find the dice that add up to that number. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. That's a good way to do it. 10 times. You had to do it 10 times to get past the CAPTCHA. I'm like, that's ridiculous. That's overkill. So I was so mad. I'm like, well, I thought I would just pop on in here and do this, but it's taking me 15 minutes to do the CAPTCHA. Then started playing it. I'm like, okay, I get where this is going. It's pretty good. I can already tell like I've played for like an hour and I'm already bogged down with inventory, and I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be one of those where it's like, well, this one is slightly better than that one. I picked a druid, so I'm this big burly blue. I gave him blue hair and or white hair and a blue beard and like some markings and jewelry, and so we'll see how it goes. So far, I'm enjoying it though. It's fun. And none of 4. Well, 4 just came out like a month ago, 2 months ago. I forget. Bag 5. All right, we got through bag 5 today, y'all. Maybe bag 6 if we. There's like 5 pieces in here. We used to play the bejesus out of Command and Conquer, though. We have a funny story about that. It's kind of only funny if you know the person involved, but I'll leave that for y'all to decide. So we're playing Command and Conquer, and I don't remember the version, Red Alert, or I don't know. It was the one where it was very LAN friendly. So we'd This would have been 2003, 2002, maybe. It was, or maybe earlier than that. Yeah, maybe like 2000. I was gonna say maybe it was pre 9/11. Anyway, um, we're playing. We get on land and there's like 5 or 6 of us. And we're all like, you do your scramble build to get like, okay, you got to get your resources collectors up, and then you got to get your base defenses going, and blah blah blah. And it's usually a few minutes until you see somebody around your base. They send an engineer to spy on you, or they send, or not an engineer to like sap you, or, reconnaissance people to spy on you, whatever. What is that? Did I miss a thing, or is that just an odd? I think that's just an odd angle. And it's like playing StarCraft where you're like, all right, in about 3 minutes, I'm going to get a Zerg rush from somebody. As long as I can survive that Zerg rush, I should be okay. So I'm sitting there waiting, and I'd sent somebody nearby. I forget what the units are called, but I sent somebody like just to go look at something. And I know that my friend Dave, who is like the brother of the guy who owned the day trading company that I used to work for, he's his own person. Like he's definitely a unique person. I wouldn't say the brightest in the world, but he's super fun. And a bit off. He's like a living Andrew Dice Clay. If Andrew Dice Clay had like less of a persona, right? It was just kind of like a dude. Anywho, has nothing to do with the story. So we're playing along, and I just see, after a while, I'm surrounded by radar towers. And radar towers are the ones that you can drive into a place and deploy, and their little thing sticks up, right? They drive up, and they go brr, and then it opens up the fog of war on an area, right? And they can scan enemy troops that walk through. So, like, if there's a pass between you and somebody else, you stick one of those, and then some artillery nearby or some defense nearby, so you can detect when people start using that pass. So I see one coming into the area, and then I see 2 or 3, and then I see a bunch, and then before I know it, there's like 16 of these mobile radar units surrounding my base. And I was like, what is he doing? And I'm racking my brain, like, what kind of strategy is this? Is there like some sort of like EM scrambling thing that I'm not aware of, where I'm not able to build if these things? So he deploys them all at once, and I can hear him cackling from the next room. And he's like, you are so screwed, Roman. I got you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, I surrounded you with artillery. And I'm like, you've surrounded me with radar units, man. Are you going to scan me to death? And there's a pause, and he just starts swearing uncontrollably. And at which point I was like, well, fine. And I just walked through his base because he had no other defenses. It was hilarious. And like everybody else was giving him crap after that. It was the funniest thing I've seen. It was kind of reminded me of Kodiak's clips of like, what did you say when you went into the other, you just rolled through that pipe and all the undead came at you and you're like, I've got this machine gun. What's up, Cliff? Yeah, I guess it was a kind of had to be there, but still it was kind of funny. People who know the game know kind of what you're talking about. Yeah, I've got an LMG and places to be. Yeah, but I'm just like, what are you doing, Dave? He's like, I'm gonna bomb you to death or whatever. I was like, you're not with those radar towers, man. You can scan me to death. What? No. Those were the days, man. Staying late after work, playing like StarCraft. Oh, I got my ex, the kid's mom. is my ex, and I got in so much trouble. Did I miss? Because we had one car at the time, and so after my shift because it was banking hours, so our banks the market closes at 3, and by the time we're wrapped up with office stuff, it's like 3:30. So then I would drive to her office and pick her up. But because I had a half hour extra time, we'd sneak in some StarCraft time, and I lost track of time so much. We played that, we played Quake, just lost track of all time, and got in so much trouble for it. I love playing StarCraft, man. I think it's one of my favorite games of all time. Even just the story part of it, like the multiplayer part was fine when you're playing with people, but just the regular, learning who Kerrigan was and all the, the story behind the Marines and the Protoss, some good stuff. How was your Thanksgiving, Cliff? Did you have family over? Did you eat lots? Did you go somewhere? Did you fry up a turkey in a giant pot? Did you, normally what we do, and this was the first year we haven't done it in a while, is we get brisket from a place up here in Pflugerville. But this first year we haven't done that. And I was talking to the ladies, and they're like, are we doing turkey or brisket? I'm like, I'd rather do brisket, honestly. And they're like, all right, well, the kids don't like brisket. Can we do turkey this year? I'm like, that's fine. Whatever you got, man. Dove and I would work 8 hours, same shift, play EverQuest for 8 hours, and sleep for 4 hours every day when we were young. I really wish I could have my previous significant other and I played Portal a lot, and that was it. Beth just doesn't like video games. We tried to get to play. She does like some games. She likes Sims, but that's about all I can get her to play. She always says, the games you play make it seem like you're not having a good time, and it seems like a lot of work. Like, all right, that's fair. But yeah, that, like our friends Dan and Dara, that was their life too. Was a lot of they would get home and play. They would do WoW campaigns with friends of theirs and stuff. I feel like I did not put a couple pieces in here, and I'm going. Where did I miss? Yep, there's one. That's where it goes. One extra slope is fine. 2 is a problem. And we're on to bag 6. Nice. Yeah, we did brisket. I smoked my own brisket one year, 6 years ago, something like that. And I won't do that again. Nothing wrong with it. It's just a process. If you really enjoy doing barbecue and smoking your own meats, then it's really not that hard. And we had a pretty good grill that had a nice smoker attachment. It's just the fact that I had to stay up all night in my PJs. I was up last night smoking my own brisket, if you know what I mean. And I wouldn't go to bed either. I would just sleep on the couch, but occasionally I'd peek in on Beth and she's like, oh my God, you smell like barbecue. I'm like, well, that's what I'm doing. Sounds like something you could get arrested for in 48 states. Local man arrested for smoking his own brisket. Like my boss and his boss, so my grand boss, and then like a couple of the department heads and our COO are just like huge brisket or barbecue nerds. And we'll have they have a couple of the green eggs. They've got raspberry pies that they've programmed to send them alerts on their phones when temperatures reach certain things. And then they can send a command back to like lower a temperature. So, I mean, they're way into it. And I'm like, I got a grill from Walmart. I throw some meat on it, And they were asking me all these questions. Well, did you do this? And what was your this? And I'm like, I don't have Any idea? I spent an inordinate amount of money on a piece of meat, and then I sat next to it for 12 hours while it got hot. That's what I did. So now I let somebody else do that, and I just go and buy it from the store. And it's still good, and it lasts forever. That's the good part of it, is that I'll buy it, and then I'll be able to eat brisket for like a week. And it's glorious. Brisket with egg and brisket sandwiches and just all kinds of stuff. Super great. Well, I think Cliff left. I didn't get his Thanksgiving story. So I hope you had a good Thanksgiving, Cliff. And you're welcome back anytime. Okay, so that's done. Let's see. What's next? What's the next big thing going on? I think... Let's see. The flowers are coming out December 1st. What else is being released December 1st? I feel like some stuff's coming out. I know Johnny's really excited for the museum coming out December 1st. Did any of your moms save your baby teeth like when they fell out? I don't think so. Not for very long anyway. I think we saved my oldest. We did like a lock of hair and some baby teeth. And I think after a while we just were like, why did we do that? Like, we're not trying to clone her later. We're not trying to clone them later. So I don't know why we're doing it. And I don't know if Cheryl still has it or not. I might. I have a steamer trunk. Big old steamer trunk. And I forget where I got it. But it's full of like baby stuff. First outfits, books, artwork from school, stuff like that. So I might still have some stuff like that. No, but I did some when I was a kid. Kept them in a pink bubblegum fruit by the foot containers. Okay. Yeah, like I know people did that, and we did that for a little bit, and it's kind of like I feel a little dirty keeping other people's body parts, but I don't. Yeah, it's just weird. Dirty meaning like creepy, not lascivious dirty. Just kind of like why? Why did we do that? So everybody's getting the history museum except me, right? I think it's great. It's a modular, and I don't I have to keep myself on this line of the modulars, because if I don't, that's the next thing I'm going to spend a ton of money on, because I'll want to build a wall of them and get every single one, because they're eminently collectible. They sit next to each other. They look great as a set. When it goes on sale, yeah. So what I need to start doing is just keep a list, and I can't do it on Amazon because it changes, and I can't really do it on Lego because it I guess I could do it on Brickset or Bricklink even, is make a wanted list of sets and then like get email updates about like when they go on sale at a shop below a certain price, maybe. I don't know. Because I think I'm to the point where I'm not buying a ton of sets per month anymore. Like I got this, pre-ordered the plants, probably not going to get anything until maybe I don't know that I want anything until the ornithopter. I might get, yeah, I don't have a desire to get the clock tower. I might get the piranha plant. That was on my list, but that's not expensive. I just think because anymore we're doing so much bulk and so many big projects that it's like I don't really need Lego like to get it, but I'm being more selective about, well, I want to get that because it looks like it's fun to build versus just getting any and all Lego that comes out, which was what I was doing for a while, and I was like, I can't. This is not sustainable. Also, modulars are real expensive. Like, I know my Star Wars sets aren't cheap either, but I feel like modulars are like thumbing their noses at the Star Wars sets. They're like, haha, you thought you were expensive. Modulars are also IP agnostic. They don't have to pay licensing fees for, you know, a library or whatever. First and only. Nice. Rotate. I'm hoping I'm building okay on camera here because I know it's like I build right here and it doesn't look great. So I'll try to build a little more so y'all can see what's going on. The tiles were a problem. I think I can switch back now. So that. If not, if I make mistakes, I may have to switch back. So all of you with HBO, have you taken the recommendation and watched Scavenger's Reign yet? Because if you haven't, shame on you. It's the best science fiction show out right now. It's just amazing. Well, if that's the case, it goes under that. All right. Doesn't have anything under that. So, okay. Let's make sure. Yep. All right. Fair enough. If you liked shows like Annihilation or Arrival, you probably will like Scavenger's Reign. It's so very beautiful as a as a concept, as a piece of sci-fi. This is very, very good. No HBO here. I feel like I could hand out HBO subscription IDs, but I think I've done that to a couple of people already. I mooched off IDs for a long time. So a couple of years ago, I was like, all right, you know what? I'm not going to use your ID anymore. And I'm going to go ahead and start buying the subscriptions. And then you can mooch off me for a while. I'm hoping that comes to an end soon and somebody returns the favor because the prices seem to be not wanting to slow down. What's up, Matt? Good afternoon to you. How was your holiday? How was your break? How was your Thanksgiving? Whatever you celebrated. I realize Thanksgiving is not a religious holiday, but also my mic is getting weird. I'm moving further away. Did I turn it? I lost my mic. It just is not there. Okay. Audio capture, input capture. Let me make sure that that's okay. I should have. Hang on a second. Output capture. I don't need anything there, but input capture. And I apologize. I wiggled the network cable while I was down there. And I think it may have tried to go to wireless for a hot second. But everything else seems okay. Is it still sounding weird? I have the volume all the way up. But it's okay right now. Okay, weird. Also, was kind of speaking away from whatever. Maybe I was just leaning too far away from it. Um, I'll do some. That's not the first time that's happened. When I was on Johnny's stream, it sounded weird. I'll um, I'll do some troubleshooting and see if I can find out what's going on with it. Thanks for letting me know. Spent holidays at my parents with siblings. Had some time to do some building and sorting on Saturday. Excellent. My face cam is frozen. Oh, that's awesome. Probably because nope. Don't do virtual camera. Is that the C92? No, that's the Logitech. Dude, I can't like. I literally don't do anything to my computer other than stream. Like I don't watch stuff on here. So I shut OBS off. It turns back on. Save. Let's deactivate that. All right, hang on. Okay. So I'm going to go through. Right. James. All right. So I'm going to get rid of this, remove it, and then add it back in. Not window capture, video capture device. Add existing. That one. Okay. It doesn't. That's the Logitech, and that's the Logi. Maybe it doesn't like the size. Let's make it a little smaller. Nope. What is that? Window capture. Table camera. That's the C. Like the webcam itself died. Huh. Yeah, only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. Well, I may have to recreate this whole thing. So let's try that. So let me get rid of that source. And do a new source, which is the problem is one of the fixes is probably going to be restart it. Create new. So let's call this face camera 2. And it doesn't even detect. Yeah, it doesn't even detect the webcam anymore. So did something start? Oh, camera app. Yeah, it says need help with your camera. Close all other apps. I don't think I have another. I don't have like all right, 1 second. I'm gonna move this and go down here and try to figure out. That's that camera. That's speakers, I think. And that's that camera. Unplugging it and plugging it back in. Hello. If not, we can just keep building. You don't have to see my face. Ah. Dumb. Mirror. Can I do mirror? Buffering. Flip vertically. No. Configure video. Can I... Doesn't have a mirror. Okay. Flip vertically? It doesn't have a flip horizontally or a mirror. Okay. No, that's fine. That's the way it was. So, no idea why. No, that's not right at all. Okay. Yeah, this is what I want to do with the last couple minutes of my time here. Deactivate, configure video, configure crossbar, resolution. Custom? No, not custom. Device default. But no mirroring? Apply rotation data. Buffering. Color range. Okay. Can I do transform mirror? Flip horizontal. There we go. And then make smaller. And then resolution should be different, but this is fine for now. Yeah, that'll work for now. I don't really care. Yeah, almost got all the way through it. Just camera stopped working for no reason, just because it decided to stop working. So, and nuclear weapons. I didn't see that part of it. That's funny. All right, where were we? We got that all done. That all done. Okay, cool. So now that we've got just a couple minutes left, I'll finish up this and then we'll call it. Johnny, I know, has got a stream this week. Vab, I think, has a stream this week. We haven't really talked about doing anything. Oh, yeah. Hey, you are. You're here. You're just in time to witness the last of the pieces for this one. Thanks for stopping by. Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern for Johnny. So for us in Texas, that's 7 p.m. for us. For those who don't know how to do time math, apparently, because I'm an idiot. Oh, no problem, Scott. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. And then, yeah, we hadn't talked about doing a collab one this week, so we may be doing our own thing, which is cool. I think we've kind of agreed to do like maybe like a once a month kind of collab stream with some themes involved so that we can focus on our own stuff, which is fine. We'd also talked about making our own channel. So stuff's in the works. I think that'd be kind of fun to do. But yeah, we haven't really talked about anything yet for the next time. So I'll probably be on my own Thursday. Johnny will have his on Tuesday at 8. I think Vab is doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So, and I think also at 8 p.m. So check his out. Yeah, I think that's it. I will be danged if I don't spend some more time doing some sorting for my Horizon stuff so I can start sourcing those parts now that Bricklink is working properly. And has worked properly for a little while now. I just had an issue with the quantity thing, but that couldn't tell if that was a bug or if that was just me not doing it right. But I think it was like 601 I think too the site going down caused a lot of maybe old code or code that probably needed to be updated or was ready to be updated and was kind of in the pipeline but never really got implemented to suddenly be implemented. So I think that's kind of what happened in my case. Was it was a list issue that I probably should have had from a long time ago, but it didn't really hit me until they did that, because I haven't really done a wish list sort of any kind since their outage. So I'm thinking that's what happened. And it's fine. Everything seems to be working now. Okay. I still don't think they're allowing wish lists over 2,000 pieces to be uploaded from Studio. I don't think that's a problem of mine. I think that's just a problem, but they doesn't seem to want to cop to that. So we'll see. But I got it to work. So yeah, again, I'll be parting those out. And then to answer your question, Matt, I'm sorry, I totally blew by that. I had scheduled the stream to be design work for the total brain fart, Rockbreaker. And after I set that up, like literally like 8 o'clock at night, I was like, well, I should do this for tomorrow. And then I got I got this set delivered like at 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, what if I hadn't seen this? I was just taking the trash out. And it just sat on my porch all night. It wouldn't have been here in the morning. So I just kind of put it to a vote. I'm like, well, I got it now. Do you guys want to see this or this? And everyone went, let's see the set. Let's do the set. I'm like, all right. So that's why. But after this, we'll go back to the design stuff, because I'd really like to keep working on that. It's based on the number of lots. The site will time out. Oh, maybe that's what it is. Because I was reducing it to below 2,000 pieces total, and it seemed to work after that. Do we have a lot of theft? No. We do have a couple. I'm going to try to put this in the nicest way as possible. Nosy neighbors who report about stuff. I don't say nosy, but like kind of busybody-ish people on our Facebook neighborhood group that are constantly complaining about things like that. We have never had anything stolen from our porch. People in our neighborhood have. So I just try not to leave, especially Lego. Although you can't tell from one thing. There's nothing on the box that says Lego. It says it just says like Product Fulfillment Department, Romeoville, Illinois. So no, not generally. I mean, it's Pflugerville. There's not a lot of crime here. I say that there was a bomber. So yeah, we'll do Rockbreaker. I foresee a lot more design work coming up in the next month. If I can figure out another Star Wars ship to do, I'll do another microfighter. But I feel like I'm at kind of a weird point where there's a lot of, not bottom of the barrel, but oh man, I'm missing. That's not good at all. Oh no, that's part of this step. Okay, I was like, man, I missed a lot. Just really random ships anymore. So nothing that everybody's like, oh, that'd be cool. I've seen that. So we might start going more into some more other sci-fi. So we'll see how it goes. But anyway, stopping point for now. This Thursday we'll probably be finishing this then. Since it's not done and I have time. There are 11 bags and we did 6 today. So we should be able to do the rest on Thursday. Provided the software doesn't flake out on me again and I have stream problems. Here's again your pagoda with the tea ceremony in it. You can take this off fairly easily, so you can see the tea ceremony in there. With some house shoes on the front there. It's kind of cool. And then, yeah, not new pieces because I think we get koi fish in other sets. But koi fish tiles. That's pretty much it for new pieces that I've seen. So, yeah, so it's a fun set so far. It's a good size. A lot of fun. Like the water feature. So, be excited to see this get done. Yeah, Kodiak, thanks for being here. Everybody, thanks for being here. Missy, you are, Matt, James, Johnny, Kodiak was here. I know Mayo was here earlier. Vab was here earlier. I'll scroll back all the way. I think that was it. Cliff was here. He popped in to say hello and then took his toy and went home. But yeah, have a great week. Hope you recover from your family get-togethers and whatnot. And I will see you all on Thursday. Take care.